Liverpool are approaching the final days of the transfer window with an unexpected subplot developing behind the scenes. What initially appeared routine has taken a sharp turn, prompting fresh discussion around the club's short-term plans and immediate priorities. With the deadline fast approaching and key decisions looming, a late twist has added intrigue to an already pivotal period, one that could have implications well beyond the closing of the window. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Liverpool head into the final days of the January window facing an unexpected defensive dilemma, yet the club's stance on recruitment remains strikingly calm. Injuries have created a sudden squeeze in one key area of the squad, prompting external calls for swift action in the market. Internally, however, the picture is very different. With both Jeremy Frimpong and Conor Bradley sidelined, Liverpool currently find themselves without a recognised right-back. Frimpong was forced off just minutes into Wednesday night's emphatic 6-0 victory over Quarabag, with early signs pointing towards a groin problem. Bradley, meanwhile, is already ruled out for the remainder of the season after sustaining a serious knee injury. On the surface, it appears the perfect storm for a late window intervention. Despite that, Liverpool are not expected to pursue a short-term defensive signing before the February 2nd deadline. According to Sky Sports reporter Vinny O'Connor, the club's long-standing recruitment philosophy remains unchanged, even in the face of this latest setback. Liverpool have historically avoided reactive moves based purely on injuries, preferring instead to stick rigidly to their long-term squad planning. The club do not generally make reactive moves in the transfer market, preferring to stick to their long-term plans, and that remains unchanged, O'Connor explained. While Liverpool continue to monitor their established targets and remain alert to potential opportunities, they are unwilling to bring in a player solely as an emergency fix. The belief within the club is that sufficient internal solutions already exist. In the short term, Arne Slot is expected to lean on makeshift options to navigate the coming fixtures. Wataru Endo, Dominic Szoboszlai, and Curtis Jones have all been identified as candidates capable of filling in at right back if required, while Calvin Ramsey is also available for domestic competitions. Ramsey was absent from the Champions League squad due to registration rules, but he remains an option in the Premier League and FA Cup. Slot admitted after the Quarabag win that Frimpong will miss Saturday's clash with Newcastle, though the full extent of the injury is still being assessed. Beyond that, the Dutchman is set to receive a timely boost elsewhere in defence. Ibrahima Konate is expected to return against Newcastle following compassionate leave, while Joe Gomez is edging closer to full fitness, even if his availability this weekend remains tight in the head coach's words. Curtis Jones, who missed the midweek fixture through illness, is also expected to be back in contention, further easing concerns about squad depth during a demanding period. Liverpool have been loosely linked with Rennes centre-back Jeremy Jurgen this month, but any potential move appears unlikely to materialise in January. Rennes are understood to favour keeping the highly rated 20-year-old until the summer, with competition from clubs such as Chelsea further complicating matters. As the window draws to a close, the situation represents a notable twist rather than a trigger for panic. Liverpool may be stretched in the short term, but the message from inside the club is clear. Trust in the squad, trust in the plan, and no deviation from a carefully structured long-term vision. In this portion of the video, we will go over our 5 biggest takeaways from our 6-0 thrashing of Quarabag last night. Liverpool dominated against Quarabag, winning 6-0 to progress in the Champions League and making 5 subs, though one was forced due to a disappointing injury. Number 1. Set-piece strength as Salah scores a free kick. Mohamed Salah has regularly taken free kicks for Liverpool during his time at the club, but he has never scored one, as well as being a rare free kick goal. Though it won't officially be classified as such, it was his first goal for Liverpool of any type since November 1st. The Egyptian will take confidence from the excellent strike, as it has not looked like there has been confidence in some of his other attempts this season. The goal was a mirror image of Dominik Szoboszlai's free kick versus Bournemouth, when Salah rolled it back into his teammate's path from an indirect free kick, with Szoboszlai providing the setup for his left-footed counterpart on this occasion. The Reds seem to have something going at set pieces now and look to threaten these situations all night. A good night for Salah and a good night for set pieces. Number 2. 6 goals to the good. Liverpool had scored 5 against Eintracht Frankfurt earlier in this group phase, but went one better with a feel-good 6-goal haul. Some of Quarabag's football played into Liverpool's hands. They were in a low block, but tried to play a short combination game once they had possession. This allowed Liverpool to press and win the ball in dangerous areas, generally helping them create plenty of clear chances. They finished the game with an XG of 5.60 and created 10 big chances per FOTMOB. Quarabag actually had 44% possession, which was something of a surprise given it felt like Liverpool would have had at least 80%, but the home side dominated where it counts as would have been expected. Even though the goals were expected, it's not always the case that they arrive, and such a convincing win will give Arne Slot's side a boost going forward, especially given the variety of ways they created chances. Number 3. A chance to use the bench. Taken. Slot is not always eager to rotate or give minutes to his backup players, even when seemingly obvious opportunities present themselves, but it seems that 5 goals to the good against Quarabag at home was considered a safe enough situation. The introductions of Rio Numoha and Trey Nyoni on 67 minutes gave some respite for Florian Wirtz, and Hugo Ekitike, Federico Chiesa and Amara Nallo replaced Cody Gakpo and Szoboszlai shortly after, giving a break to some of the most used players this season. An argument could be made that Liverpool could have made their subs earlier, but it was still a handy scoreline to give players a bit of rest at the end of the game. Number 4. Jeremy Frimpong injury is a blow. Though Slot was able to rest some players at the end of the game, he was forced into an early change due to an injury that could raise problems for upcoming matches. Jeremy Frimpong picked up what looked like a groin injury with just 4 minutes played, further aggravating the problems in defence. Wataru Endo came on at right back, when you thought he might have started at centre-back over Gravenberch, having played over 200 games in the central defensive role throughout his career. Number 5. Champions League content stage over. It feels wrong to be still playing Champions League group games as we approach February. All 5 English teams have finished in the top 8, despite many experiencing issues domestically in the Premier League. Even the struggling Tottenham finished 4th. Liverpool are one such team to have experienced difficulties in the Premier League, but still qualified on the continent with relative ease as far as the table is concerned, despite losing to Galatasaray and PSV. Like a regular season in American sports, where interest can drift in and out before the more competitive playoffs, this group stage has mostly been about adding more games, more content, perhaps unnecessarily so. The commentators kept informing us of jeopardy in other games, but it doesn't seem to matter much, especially when you consider Liverpool finished top of the league last season, but drew eventual winners PSG. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.